I mean, we could look at it like that, and we tend to in the 21st century. We're mesmerized by miracles. And all a miracle really is a demonstration of grace. Changing water to wine, Jesus could do it and did it. He was being gracious. He did. Well, why didn't they have enough wine? Who's the slug that's in there pounding all the wine down? Why'd they run out of wine? You don't hear any of that. Jesus is not concerned with any of that when he transforms water to wine. During the transformation process, all he's asking us to do is to go forward. And it's going to be a stretch. And it might involve some suffering. And it might involve getting outside of our own minds, the way we think. Don't be conformed to this world. Be transformed by a renewed mind. That's what we need to stretch forth, to go forward. Show me the place of grace. It has kind of like a Samuel or a David overtone to it. In 2 Samuel, when David said, is there anybody that I haven't shown grace to? And the whole kingdom, once the war, has there anybody in Saul's household that I haven't been kind to, that I haven't taken care of, that I haven't blessed? Well, actually, there was a crippled kid. Great, bring him in. I want to bless that boy. Yeah, but he wanted you dead a couple months ago. Yeah, whatever. Bring him in. And he ends up eating at David's table of intimacy the rest of his life. Demonstration of grace. You see, I do not believe this is going to be a year of question, but a year of quests. No more questions. We don't need any more questions. We need to move forward in quests. It's not going to be a time of just describing what we believe about grace, but demonstrating it. And that is going to be a key to moving forward into this new thing, a demonstration of grace. So Elijah's grace is demonstrated, not just described. He's not in it for himself, like Gehazi kind of thing, but he's in it for the sake of the borrower, because the borrower is only one step away from being a builder. How is he going to get from this place of borrowing axe heads to picking one up for himself and owning it? It's only going to be with Elijah right there to say, let me show you what grace is about. While we're fascinated by what Elisha does, taking a tree branch and throwing it in, throwing the stick in there, and the axe head floats and our eyeballs are rolling back in our head, all it was a demonstration of grace, a powerful one that defies the laws of gravity. Once we believe we can defy the laws, it's not even a law, it's a theory of gravity, that we can do things in the name of Jesus that he tells us to do that will defy reason, that will defy anything, because he said so. And he's looking for a great demonstration of grace. Go for it. The link is faith. Do you believe it? Because we'll walk out of here today and we will just very easily say, you know what? That was a good word. And that's all it will ever be. Instead of that was being empowered with a word that says we can go forward in the name of Jesus. He sent us forward. We're going forward. Isaiah 61, we know, we've heard it plenty of times. Because the Spirit of the Lord God is upon me, for he has anointed me to preach good news to the poor. But verse 4, do you have Isaiah 61 there?
Yeah.
And what does it say about those trees of righteousness that he sent me to proclaim the gospel to?
Then they will rebuild the ancient ruins. They will raise up the former devastations, and they will repair the ruined cities, the desolations of many generations.
Because see, this thing is about a demonstration of grace that will see a borrower become a builder who will go out and repair and restore and raise up the crap that has happened. You see it every day. We've never talked much about it, but I don't know how you do it. In terms of looking into the eyes and the lives of those little children that are being shredded on a daily basis. How do you do that? You got to have a grace in your own life. It's got to start from there. And if anything we've got going for us, I know we want those miracle ministries. I get that. But when our eyes are on the miracles instead of what that really is a demonstration of grace, then all of a sudden my thinking changes. I'm going forward to demonstrate grace. That's what this is about. That in itself is miraculous. The grace that I have received, I can impart to others in all these different situations. It's not a year of rebuke. It's a year of restoration, a year of restoring, rebuilding these things. So I end with this thought, that we've seen the waters parted as an expression of grace. Because remember, Paul says, by grace are you saved. They were saved as they went through the Red Sea. By grace are you saved. The waters parted, a demonstration of grace. We see Elisha taking a stick and throwing it into the waters. The waters don't part. Something that can't float floats. That new stick, that new life, something happens. The law of attraction kicks in, and the new stick, the axe head, rises to take part in the new thing by throwing something into the waters. The water turns to wine. The waters that God created, that he divided, the upper stream and the lower stream. Those of us who have only been drinking from the lower stream, God says it's about time to move forward and start drinking from the upper streams. Because they're for you. They're for you. Drink. Watch the waters become wine. It says in John chapter 2, by the way, that when he made that water into wine, they say it was the first sign, but the bottom line is that the disciples believed. They believed. It was the first time they actually saw the glory. We beheld his glory. It was the first time they saw it. How glorious is the glory? Grace. How glorious is grace? The servant desires for Elisha to go with him. We read that. But the question has to be asked, was it to stand still and see more miracles? Because we said last week, when they want to go build at the Jordan is the place where Naaman just got healed. A miraculous place. They want to go build there. I want to go build in the land of miracles. Well, there's suffering involved with that. You just need to know that. So when he asks Elisha to go, is he saying, we just want to stand still and just watch you? Well, that's not the word God has for us. What I hear the servant saying is, I want to go. I want you to come with us because you are a man of grace. You are a demonstrator of grace. You don't just talk about it. You do it. An expression of grace must surely be our purpose. I just don't even know why we would still be here on this planet if we weren't here, if our purpose wasn't to demonstrate grace to somebody, sometime, someplace. When Peter talks about showing forth the praises of him who called us out of darkness into his marvelous light, that expression that he uses is not what a lot of people talk about, like we're supposed to go in a building on a Sunday morning and to show forth his praises, like we need to do that. That's not what he's talking about. Actually, he's talking about outside the building, to show forth his praises, not singing song and waving. The word actually means excellencies. God is excellent. He lives in us. Go show forth the excellency of Christ. You're becoming more and more like him. You're being transformed. You were born in his image and you're becoming like him. You're growing in the likeness. Go reveal that. Go impact other people's lives. That's what Peter is saying. Showing forth, the Greek word actually means to impact something. Not beating them with an old stick. What's that you got in your hand? Not beating them over and over again with me, but throwing it down. Lifting that thing up, stretching out to impact their lives with a measure of grace they've never had before, they've never seen. Where did that come from? It came from Jesus. He's well cool. And he's like seriously nuts about you. To be honest with you, he doesn't care about all the etches that you've got on your staff. It doesn't mean anything. Yeah, but I've done this and doesn't matter. I used the expression in my devotional back on January 1st that we expand to express.